Let's turn this a little bit. Gotta turn it the other way. Yes, I'm still getting set up, even though I've done this 20 times now. Let it go. Dun, dun. So close. We're almost there. Come on, let that be it. I feel like that's wrong. was this the same thing as why more people listen? So time just depends. Yep. All right, who's here? Good old Hilario. Hello, friend. Yes, this is pretty awesome. Let me know how the camera looks. It took me forever to get this set back up. I think it looks okay, but you know me, I'm going to keep fidgeting, so. Yeah, I feel like it's... I wish I could just leave this shit set up. It drives me nuts. I literally have it set up a certain way, and then it just stops working how I want it to, because why make anything easy? Is that better? And I apologize for being a pain, but... Oh, this is going to drive me nuts. All right, one more little fidget. And then I'm just going to stop. All right, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to stop messing with it. All right, let's just get right into this. Hilario, thanks for coming by, brother. Good to see you. All right, what's going on, everybody? WakoBako here. As you can see by the thumbnail, we got ourselves some more of the Legacy Collection. Now, the cool thing is, I ordered these from the Square Enix website. I picked these up from Best Buy today, which is absolutely insane because it's something I've talked about for a long time, that someone needs to start getting Final Fantasy TCG, and Best Buy does. So not only do they have the Legacy Collection set, but you can also get the latest Final Fantasy TCG set from them as well. They have some other stuff listed on the website, but it's all third-party sellers. It's not shipped and sold from Best Buy. This set is, and the latest Final Fantasy TCG set is. So, which is exciting for me because I've been wanting a store to carry Final Fantasy TCG. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open 2 to start. We're going to do the booster boxes, and then I'll open up the other 2. But before we even get to that, I did, which I didn't put in the thumbnail, but it's all right. I got some more stuff for the collection to show off. So I keep everything in here. This is the Voltex semi-rigid card holder. Not a sponsor, but hey, if they're more than willing to sponsor me, that would be amazing. Probably never going to happen, but you can wish, right? As I spin this all kinds of weird way. So, as you guys know, obviously I collect Final Fantasy, both TCG and the Art Museum stuff, and even the Magic the Gathering set. But here's something really cool that I picked up recently. As you can see, there's a lot. I won't say I went overboard because I don't ever regret these purchases and decisions, especially because they're super cheap, especially well, I guess Final Fantasy TCG is not underground anymore because you can get it at Best Buy now. So if Best Buy wants to sponsor me, I'll take that sponsorship as well. But check these out. So these cards here, I'm going to try and stay out of the blur. So these are again from Final Fantasy TCG, but look at how cool his artworks are. And these are from the very first set, right? So very first Opus 1 set. But I like this design because this kind of reminds me of like Dissidia, the fighting game that they have. Majority of these cards are holographic, or the oh my goodness, the premium version of these cards, right? But yeah, so these are going to be other cards I'm going to do for Final Fantasy submissions going forward. Obviously, I'm not doing all these in one batch, but you guys saw what I had previously for Final Fantasy submissions. Well, we just increased that by probably close to 3 more submissions. So yeah, again, all amazing artwork. Most of these cards are less than 50 cents. Some of them are up to like $5 or $10, but that's very, very rare. But again, most of these are super cheap. So if you're a fan of Final Fantasy, I would gladly point you in the right direction and show you where to shop to get some amazing cards. But yeah, these are pretty cool. Again, they all have a similar theme to it, and it's just endless amount of iconic Final Fantasy characters. So, and there's still more to get, and there are some full arts in the mix as well. So yeah, still collecting. You have some of these that are from like certain events, right? So this from August of 2022. But yeah, So again, just adding more stuff to the collection like usual. But yeah, just a quick update on that. Again, as I get more. Speaking about collection, just a quick update before we get into this here. So there's going to be 2 bits of content that come out on Sunday. There's going to be a YouTube short that drops about an hour before the stream starts. You're definitely going to want to check that out because that is CGC submission number 53 preview. Super excited about that. It's the first submission of 2026, and I started off very, very strong. It's a big submission in terms of like overall value and rarity, but it's only a 10-card submission. But I made it short, got it all prepped and uploaded, so it will go live tomorrow or on Sunday. Sorry, so make sure you guys check that out. Yeah, honestly, Hilaria, I think you'd really like it. And I would say this now, and I've been saying this for a long time, get into it while it's still kind of underground and cheap. Because ideally, I would love to see the Final Fantasy TCG, start catching some wind and, get the notoriety it deserves. But that also means it's going to start getting very expensive and people are going to, there's already some pretty high-end cards and they're only going to get more expensive. So get into it early. Again, I'm a full supporter of this. If you love Final Fantasy and all the artwork, the card quality is premium. All the artwork is insane. They have some really awesome rarities, and you've been here for enough streams. But all right, and again, crazy part is these are how they were found at Best Buy. It's the same thing you're going to see in this booster box here, but they were just hanging up, and they're fairly cheap. I think I paid $3 per pack for these. Way cheaper than you're going to find any Pokemon pack currently. So. But let's see how many. Oh, well, okay, no. So, yeah, absolutely. So, and again, keep in mind, right, with the Legacy Collection, there are only 5 cards per pack. So keep that in mind, right? The normal packs are like 10 to 12 cards, but because these are like I guess it's a reprint set. Obviously they're going to have a little bit less, but let's get into it. See what we got. Ooh, okay. So, all right. So we take 1 card off the back, maybe. Ooh, okay. Start off first pack. We get an absolutely amazing Amano artwork. This is our premium card, right? So you get the rare. And again, shows you how many cards are in this set, right? All the commons, heroes, legends, and premiums. Look at how many premium cards are in this set. That's absolutely insane. But yeah, it's pretty nuts. And again, 5 cards. 200 cards total, which means 402, so it's pretty much double. But yeah, so I got to keep that in mind that there's less cards per pack in these. Let me see if there's other rarities here. So 2 commons, 2 rares, a hero. Okay. Just lay this out like usual. Have our commons, rare, heroes. All right. Very, very excited. And again, it's just so awesome to see this stuff at Best Buy. I didn't think it was ever going to happen, but I'm glad it did. You can also order from the website, by the way. You can go on Best Buy's website right now. Ooh, beautiful rare to start with. And you can buy packs from from Best Buy's website. There is a 5-pack limit per customer, which is fine. Like, I'm totally okay with that. Ooh. Double pulled that, and nice. All this beautiful Amano artwork. I forgot. I guess I got to figure out if there's a pack trick for this or if they're just random order, but beautiful full art. Very, very nice to see, right? And again, that's the kind of stuff we're looking for here. I do have sleeves off to the side. But yes, you can order this stuff from the Best Buy website. So definitely go check that out. Yeah, off to a strong start. And again, we have 2 booster boxes, 20 packs per box. So like usual Final Fantasy fashion, this is going to take a long time to go through. But again, I know you guys don't mind, and we're here to hang out. All right, let me sleeve up the Amano artworks. Obviously pay respect to one of the most amazing illustrators out there. It would be cool to get some of my stuff signed. I don't know if Amano does like signings unless they're like private signings. But either way, it would be pretty sick to have such an iconic illustrator sign a whole bunch of my stuff. If I ever get the opportunity to do it, trust me, there will be video content for that for sure. All right. Again, we still have 2 other loose packs we'll get into after. But into the booster box. Again, 20 packs per box. Same breakdown as you see on the packs. Good old Legacy collection. I haven't opened this up since I opened it up last time. So, yeah. And again, this is cool because there's a lot of like very, very popular artworks from previous sets that they're kind of like a greatest hits set, if you will. Think of it that way. All right. Taking all the packs out. And again, same thing. Just double check and make sure. Yep, these are all, yeah, 5 per, okay. So let me make the piles like usual. All right, and let's break it down again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then go here, and then go here, and there we go. Mixing it all up just for the hell of it, but it's all good. So there we go. You can see the packs on screen there. Looks nice. Can I move it off to the side? I'll just put it right here. You can still see that, right? Okay, we're looking good. And then what I'll do is I'll list all the hits up top here. So let's start with putting this one right there. And there we go. So we got room for everything on the table. There we go. We're all set up. And what, we're only, how many minutes in are we, Hilaria? Let me know how long the stream's been running. All right. Again, I don't know if there's a pack trick, so let's just get right into it. All right, Goblin, we got a common. Good old Decelerary Warlock, another common. This is from Decidia. There's a rare. We got Colaris from Final Fantasy 15. Ooh, hero rarity. Nice, okay. Very, very nice. There's our premium card there. Ooh, and a legend. All right, first legend of the opening. And again, keep in mind, legend is the highest rarity. If you look at the back here, again, we have common, hero, legend, and premium, which is funny because they don't list rare on here, which we've pulled rare, so that's a bit of a mistype. So there's commons, rares, heroes, and legends, and then you have premium, which is like the reverse holo version of all of them. All right, let's see what legend we start off with in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, nice. Okay. Good old Cecil. Very, very nice. Very iconic character from Final Fantasy IV. First legend to show up. Very, very nice. Got a premium hero here. So I'm just going to stack all these up here. Obviously, all the premiums. And then as we get legends or full arts, they're going to end up here. But yeah, hopefully everyone had a good week. Went by pretty quick, you know, especially because I was gone all of last week and kind of getting settled back into work and getting my routine back into the swing of things. And then next thing you know, it's 5 o'clock on Friday and I'm getting out of there. Ooh, nice. So they put some of the starter deck cards in here again. You'll see here, right? It says so these are like reprinted arts from previous sets and they pull from the starter decks as well, which is kind of neat. Very, very cool Ariange from Final Fantasy 14. I'm going to put the starters. Do we have room to put starters there? Yeah, kind of squeeze them in. Slide over just a little bit. Just because they are technically their own rarity. There we go. So, you have starter, common, 35 minutes, gotcha, okay. Yeah, I know we've been running for a little bit. I set up the stream, took forever to get it set up, and then, you know, was helping out. All right, so you have starter, common, rare, hero, legend. All right. So here's a common. Ooh, another legend. Okay, very, very nice. Obviously, we're looking for any of the full arts, right? Obviously, any of the legend cards, any mono artwork. You guys have seen me open this up before. If you're not familiar with this set, you can feel free to, you know, put this in another tab. Or if you watch this after the fact, pause it, go check out the other opening where I introduced this set. It was a great time. I think I did 2 booster boxes back then as well. But anyway, let's see what our legend card is in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, nice. Good old X Death. And that is a premium version of the card. It is holographic. Very, very nice. And, what is that? Gross. All right. And we have, oh man. and an Amano artwork right behind it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like the Japanese packs. I'm going to pull one from the back, put it to the front. It seems like all the Amano artworks are living there. Ooh, nice. Okay. Very, very nice. Emperor or Empire Sid. That's absolutely amazing. So yeah, I'm going to try that. Let's pull the one from the rear. Move it to the front. Look at this. 3 Amano artwork cards already. Mewtwo Dude shows up. He's going to be super excited. Huge shout out to Mewtwo Dude, the other big Final Fantasy fan. Yeah, close friend. We've never met the dude in person, which one day I hope we get to. I know he seems like a pretty chill guy. But yeah, very, very big Final Fantasy fan. He's the one that really got me into collecting Amano artwork. And, ooh, there's another one. Okay. So, yeah, just pulling that one forward. Oh, I thought that was another one back-to-back. That'd be insane. But, yeah, obviously I'd been collecting Final Fantasy for a long time. And then he really, you know, leaned into, hey, have you checked out Amano? And just gave me the whole background story. And obviously I've been hooked ever since. So, thank you, Mewtwo Dude. That whole binder that I have, it's... Oh, keep in mind, Mewtwo Dude, if you do watch at some point in time, I have cards off to the side for you. Please reach out to me. It's stuff from the last time we opened Final Fantasy stuff. All right, let's see what we got here. So this should be our big card here. All right, a premium common. Let's see what it is in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, nice. Good old selfie. Okay. I like this one even more so because that is the Kingdom Hearts variant. That's the artwork and her outfit from Kingdom Hearts from the time she spends on Destiny Island. So very, very nice. So not only am I collecting the... Okay, that just sliced right through the... Let me try this again. I guess this card is super sharp. But yeah, not only am I collecting the Kingdom Hearts Art Museum cards, but I'm trying to get all of the Kingdom Hearts artwork from the Final Fantasy TCG. It's a mouthful, but yeah. I'm going to do a submission of just Kingdom Hearts stuff. That'd be fun. Yeah, we're off to a great start, my friend. Yeah, and again, this is why I like this set, because again, it is kind of a greatest hits, if you will. It's nice to see a lot of the Amano artwork represented. I just hope we can get some of the other full arts or the higher end Amano artworks. That'd be sick. All right, flip over. All right, so it's not always Amano, but I think it's a hero rarity that we're always going to hit on that part. So we have the Emperor, which is the other really, really big Final Fantasy illustrator. That's Tetsuya Nomura, the godfather of Kingdom Hearts, if you will, which, hey, if you're listening somehow, if someone's showing you this, please show us info about Kingdom Hearts 4. Please, it's 2026. Kingdom Hearts 3 came out too long ago. We need Kingdom Hearts 4 this year. Don't drag it out any further. That's just my 2 cents. All right. We have Porum from Final Fantasy 4 as a rare. We have Ramza. This from Dissidia, but originally from Final Fantasy Tactics, which... If you guys haven't checked that out, Final Fantasy Tactics did get a re-release here recently. It's topping the charts because obviously Final Fantasy Tactics was amazing back in the day. And it's pretty much the same game now. Some extra little features and some quality of life stuff added, but it's amazing. I'm trying to play as much as I can. All right. Another rare. All right, we have the Flan or the Flan. Very, very iconic enemy that's used in almost every Final Fantasy. And let's see what's on the end here. Ooh, please be a full art. Please be a full art. That's what we want to see. Yes, absolutely. We need to see more about Kingdom Hearts 4. It's so overdue. We thought we were going to see something at Tokyo Game Show or the Game Awards. Nothing. Just radio silent. But it's all right. 2026 is the year for Kingdom Hearts. And I say that, and I'm going to put this down for a second. The next big Final Fantasy VII game is not coming out this year. The new Dragon Quest game is not coming out this year. This is the year for Kingdom Hearts. It has to be. There's no other big Square Enix title from like the main 3 pillars that's coming out this year. So, I don't know. That's my hopes, and they're pretty high, which I shouldn't because I know Mr. Nomura. He likes to play tricks and likes to drag out processes, but he makes the games damn perfect. So, anyway, let's see what our big hit card from this pack is in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, okay, nice. Nothing too crazy, but that Hollow Sangan. The trailer was, I want to say 2 years ago at this point. Very, very short trailer, right? It shows Shibuya. It shows Sora coming out of the apartment. It shows him fighting the big Shadow Heartless. Yeah, that was a long time ago, which is kind of sad. But yeah, it's been too long. It kind of hinted to like reaction commands coming back. It showed some of the awesome mobility. And again, all this is running on Unreal Engine 5. So I know that was part of the initial delay because again, they were moving from Unreal Engine 4 and their in-house engine over to Unreal Engine 5, but still, it's been too long. We have, oh my goodness, Garaha Tia from Final Fantasy XIV. We have Weiss or Weiss from Final Fantasy VII Remake. We have the Sangan Chief, another version of the Flan, and, all right, hero rarity on the back. Let's take a look and see what we got in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, nice. Good old Fenrir. Very, very nice. So this one's from Explorers. If you guys don't remember Final Fantasy Explorers, and again, this is why I could do these streams for hours on end, because I just have a ridiculous amount of Final Fantasy knowledge. So Final Fantasy Explorers was the answer to Monster Hunter. Came out on one of the, I want to say it was the DS, maybe? DS era. But yeah, Square Enix sat down like, hey, so how can we do Monster Hunter but in the Final Fantasy universe? And they came out with Final Fantasy Explorers, which is actually pretty cool. I've played it. It didn't get as much traction as everyone hoped it did, but I thought it was fun. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, Final Fantasy Explorers. They should do a new one. I think it'd be kind of nice. All right, let's see what we got. No, nice. All right, so not only is this more a mono artwork, but this is a legend rarity. So very beautiful Renoa. And put you up top. We have Krill from Final Fantasy V as a rare. We have Aresia from Type 0. We have the Princess Goblin, which I like that. That's actually pretty cute. All right, let's see what's behind it. All right, another common premium. Let's see which one it is. Nice. Okay, Lunith. Very, very nice. Good old Final Fantasy III character making an appearance. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts. So, and that's, you know, that's the hope, right? Hilario. So let's say they're like, all right, Kingdom Hearts 4 is coming out. Cool. Yeah, definitely need some new games for sure. But if they do Kingdom Hearts 4 and it's a success, which I know it's going to be, I would love to see the revival of the Kingdom Hearts TCG, which if you guys don't remember that, it's because it came out forever ago. But yes, the Kingdom Hearts TCG was a thing. It was very, very short-lived. I think they did maybe 3 sets, and then it just didn't last, unfortunately. Yeah, it would be nice to see that revival as well. If not, just... Oh, let me sleeve up a mono. Sorry about that. If it doesn't get revived, then, you know what? At least just keep feeding into the Kingdom Hearts Art Museum. Do another version of that. Or, hell, just infuse it into the Final Fantasy ecosystem. I think that'd be kind of neat, right? All right, one to the front. All right, Hero Rarity. We have Facilius from Brave Exvius. I think the music's going to restart again. It's been that... Nope. There we go. All right. A little psych out from the music there. All right. Another Hero Rarity. All right. We have Remedy from Tactics Advanced. Ooh, Alexander. That's actually pretty sick. So this is from Mobius, Final Fantasy. So let's see. We got a rare. Trying to keep organized. You guys know how my brain works. All right. We have Waltrill from Crystal Chronicles. Another very, very awesome game. All right, let's see what we got. And, ooh, another Hero Rarity as the premium. All right, let's see which one it is. Nice, okay. So not only is it in a mono artwork, which, again, just very, very iconic. It is the Moogle or the Mog. That card looks hilarious, by the way. Just absolutely awesome. So there we go. Premium version, and it's in a mono artwork. I'm going to put you up and off to the side. I know you're not a full art, but you're a holo, a mono, so you get some time up here. So if I put it up here, nope, that's kind of out of image. Okay, so maybe I'll just do it this way, and I'm just going to This doesn't make any sense. Please let me know. But I'm going to just stagger them like this so we can get more across the board. Yeah, okay, that doesn't look too bad. And again, I know it's a late stream. I don't expect really anybody to pop in. So Hilario, I appreciate you coming through. What you got planned for the weekend? Hopefully something fun. Ooh, so there's X-Death again. Another legend, but this is the non-holo. So we're going to put you up top. We have Don Cornero, or Corneo. Cornero, yeah. From Final Fantasy VII. Very, very creepy character for sure. That's from one of the starter decks. Ooh, Noctis. The artwork looks amazing on this. I think I have this as a full art, actually. Obviously, Noctis from Final Fantasy 15. This is a rare. We have the Coral, which pretty awesome looking artwork there. This is a common. And I think we have a dupe here, but it's all right. Let's see which one it is. Ooh, okay, no. So technically it's a dupe, but gaming, nice, very, very nice. Yeah, I'm going to be doing that as well, especially because it's getting into my weekend and my downtime. I definitely have some games to catch up to. I'll be playing a lot of Final Fantasy 14. Going to be playing some Destiny 2. With, you know, I'm kind of at the point now where I'm back to playing it by myself, which again, no blame to my friends. Love all my friends. They're playing a whole bunch of different games. But yeah, I'm just kind of stuck grinding those two. I may get into some Borderlands. God of War 2018. Yeah, definitely get Ragnarok. That would be a very good move. I didn't play God of War Ragnarok. I did play 2018. It was awesome. But I haven't really touched anything PlayStation in a very, very long time. Just because, you know, I built my own PC, and still to this day, I never bought a PS5. There wasn't anything to really draw me in. So maybe, just maybe, we'll get Kingdom Hearts 4 before the PS6 comes out. And maybe we'll get a collector's edition, and then I'll buy a PS5. But let me sidetrack myself, because there's another absolutely beautiful card here. We have another beautiful mono artwork, and this is Rosa from Final Fantasy IV. She's got a couple of the other support characters in the background, the Paladin and the Dragoon there. Absolutely beautiful hero rarity. Yep, we'll put that right here. All right, so we have Godot or Godot from 13. Shiva from Mobius. Okay, nice. Steam Deck laptop. Very, very nice. Yeah, that's the way to go for sure. All right, we have Diana from Final Fantasy Legends. And, ooh, another hero rarity as our premium. Let's see which one it is. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, nice. Phoenix from Final Fantasy... it's from Final Fantasy 14. Okay, I remember this. Yeah. It's so weird because they spelled the name weird for some reason. It's like Phoenix, even though it's clearly the Phoenix. It's like Cerberus and Phoenix fused, and it made the Phoenix. Again, super weird, but another premium card. Let's see what rarities we got here. We have all rares. All right. It's funny, the rare pile is kind of outstacking the common pile for once. All right. About halfway through this first booster box, and again, we have a second one, plus the other loose packs that I got from Best Buy. Still blown away that that's finally a thing. I just hope we see more and more sets and more mono artwork. This is what I want to see also. That's the cool thing about this this like reprint or greatest hits. They really are greatest hits. I mean, they pulled so many awesome iconic artworks, and again, there's endless amount of a mono to be featured here. I gotta sleeve up the other one. I'll get to that in a second. All right, so we have Belias from Mobius, Final Fantasy. We have Chocolate, which is awesome. She just has a giant Chocobo hat with a Chocobo sitting on her head from World of Final Fantasy. Yuna, iconic character, and I love the artwork they did here, right? So both of these are from some of the original artwork from Final Fantasy X. But this image specifically, when they did this, they did it in the strategy guide as well. Which I do have the Final Fantasy Ultimatums, which I need to get back into doing. Someone remind me, obviously not now, not during this stream, but after, that I still have the Final Fantasy Ultimatums to go through. We have Volume 3. I need to get Volume 2 and Volume 1. But yeah, some very, very iconic Final Fantasy artwork and some behind-the-scenes stuff that we really need to go through. It could definitely fill up a full stream doing that. All right. Hero rarity on the back. As our premium, let's see what we got. Ooh, nice. Okay. Another full art with the Mist Dragon. I love the color contrast here. You get the like teal, like almost like cyan colored dragon. And then you have that awesome purplish blue background. Very, very nice. And the hits continue. Again, this set is massive. There's all kinds of higher end cards. So, and again, with 5 cards per pack, they kind of have to load the packs up a little bit, as you can see. And more Amano artwork. This is amazing. Let's go. And I love doing the pack trick because we're starting off with those. Someone remind me to sleeve these, please. But yeah, it's so cool to do the pack trick and start with some of the best art in all the Final Fantasy universe. All right, so we have Zoo. This one specifically is from... Nope, it's just the creature. All right. We have the Poo Poo, or the Piao Piao. This one's from Dissidia. Very, very nice. Charlotte, which is funny because that's my niece's name. This is from Brave Exvius. And, ooh, Hero Rarity. I have an idea of what this is, and yes, I can tell just by seeing that little image there. About like 90% sure I know what this next card's going to be, but I'm just going to show you anyway. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Nice, and there it is. Good old Arc. So I could tell because of how its feet are shaped, and this is going to sound weird, but so this is originally from Final Fantasy IX, but there is a mount you can get in Final Fantasy XIV, which is literally Arc. And it starts in this form, and then you can jump to fly, and then it completely transforms, and you can actually fly on it, which is really, really awesome. But yeah, had a feeling it was that, and it's another beautiful full art. Man, just keep on rolling with the full art. It's very nice. Did I sleeve up the other? Okay, I did. All right. Sleeve that up. All right. May have to do just separate pile just for full arts. But again, pretty good ratio. And again, it's a legacy set, right? It's a reprint set, so that's why they kind of go crazy. And again, usually the packs are what, 12 cards or 13 cards? Very impressive for sure. All right, Alice A from Final Fantasy XIV. Oh, hold on. Got to sleeve up the Amano cards. Come on, man. I'm going to keep forgetting. Now, the other thing, too, is I have to go through the binder after the fact and see which one of these cards I already have. Now, again, they're from the reprint, so I'll probably keep them in the reprint section of the binder. Because otherwise, like, this one came from the 14th set. This came from the 3rd set. This came from the 5th set. But because they're reprints, I'm going to keep them in their reprint order, if you will. All right, let's see what else we got. Yeah, definitely impressive for sure. I'm enjoying this. Hopefully you are as well. All right. We have a, looks like a cat or some kind of bear, maybe. I don't know. Looks like a cat with a, I don't know, like a Dick Tracy hat on. All right. We have Mina from Final Fantasy Legends 2. And, oh, okay. So we still have our common. All right, so we have Aldo from Final Fantasy 11. And then we have, ooh, a rare as our premium holo. Let's see which one it is. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, nice. Okay. So we get the premium version of Krill. We saw this card earlier. But again, that's what I love about this, right? Like every card has the capability to be, or yeah, has the ability to be, capability sounded weird, has the ability to be a premium card, which that counts for any rarity, which is awesome. So, all right. And again, like they're fairly cheap. And again, even if you just get the 5 packs for your limit or you get less, like it's a great way to get it. They're going to deliver them quick. Now for me, what I'll do is, oh, nice, another Amano. So I'll probably buy like 5 packs here and there, right? Like, especially because while they're cheap, and I'll probably buy, you know, some from each set, right? And just kind of stack them up a little bit and then save them for another opening. So we have Lexa from Brave Exvius. We have Merald from Brave Exvius as well. We have Cyan. We have another Brave Exvius card following up on the end here. We have Cyan from Final Fantasy VI. All right, and let's see. We have... So our premium card is going to be another rare. But yeah, and again, like, especially while they're cheap like that, and I think that limit is kind of perfect because you can't overspend, right? And again, like, you know, budget it out, be smart. But if you want to get 5 packs, I think that's a good number. And it's not going to break the bank for most people, especially because the packs are fairly cheap. Way better than Pokemon right now. And again, whether you open them right away or you kind of stockpile a little bit and then you open them, I would recommend it for sure. Obviously, again, don't break the bank. You know, don't put off paying bills to buy this stuff. You know, you gotta be an adult, right? But yeah, again, I think it's such a good idea, and I'm interested to see what other sets they're gonna keep adding to Best Buy in store and on their website, and if they're gonna do other stuff, right? Because like these are just loose packs. I wonder if they'll make like an ETB style product. Hell, if they put booster boxes up, that would be even crazier. All right, let's get back to it. Let's see what our premium card is in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, nice. Okay, we have Shinju. Another card from Brave Exvius, or another character from Brave Exvius, rather. Very, very nice. And that is a premium, so it is that little holographic pattern there. All right, not bad, not bad. We're still doing real good. All right, let's see. Rare. All right. Let's see how many packs we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left. And again, this is the first booster box. So I have another one and the other 2 loose packs. I mean, we had some good luck from the loose packs from Best Buy before, so let's see what else we can get. Ooh, very, very nice. All right. Good old Man in Black. Yes, exactly. Yeah, the Journey of Discovery. Yeah, so that's the latest set. It's kind of neat that they have those as well. The other thing I saw from the website, it's a booster box from one of the other sets. But again, it's not shipped and sold through Best Buy. It's from one of the other like third-party companies. So I don't know how I feel about that. Brother from Final Fantasy X. Dude is iconic. He was one of the better Blitzball players you could recruit. This dude's pretty cool. So this from Final Fantasy XI. Ooh, good old Matt. Another iconic NPC from Final Fantasy XI. Probably one of the toughest NPCs of any Final Fantasy, in my opinion. If you don't know, you definitely need to look up Matt. He is a force to be reckoned with. Ooh, and we have a legend right behind it. What's going on, Jay? How we doing? All right, legend rarity, and it is a premium card. So let's see which one it is. In 3, 2, 1. Ooh, nice. Let's go. Good old Shadow Lord full art. Another iconic Final Fantasy character here. He's a humongous villain. This iteration is from Mobius Final Fantasy, but a very, very cool full art. And I think that's our first full art legend. So very, very nice. Massive legend. If you know, you know. All right, let me just check this message real quick. Bear with me. All right, and we're back. Sorry about that. Again, just had to answer that message real quick. Yeah, doing really, really well. And again, this is why I got excited when I saw this set was available. Because again, I mean, it's got so many awesome cards. And I feel like, you know, we're just scratching the surface on all the awesome stuff you can get. Even if you look at the hits so far, we've had some great hits, but I know there's some other very, very nice cards still awaiting us somewhere in these packs. We have Shadow Lord. I remember fighting him in Final Fantasy XI. He was in one of the earlier expansions. He was tough, but yeah, it was also satisfying to beat him, and you know, there's storyline tied to it. So nice. Another legend character. We have Bartz. This is cool because this artwork is actually used in the Magic the Gathering set from the Through the Ages little subset you can get. Exact same artwork. Obviously, it doesn't have any of this on it, but nice. Another legend. Let me sleeve that up. We have Thornton from Final Fantasy XI. So he's actually the leader of the Knights of the Round, which is actually pretty sick. And it's cool because you actually get to fight all of the Knights of the Round, which is a pretty epic fight. Moogle from Final Fantasy Tactics. Tyro from Pictologica. Oh, this is okay. That's where I remember from. Good old Record Keeper. That was one of the, you know, I'm not like the biggest fan of mobile games, especially because I don't like a bunch of games and stuff on my phone. I never really did. But anytime I did, it was always Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts games that I had on my phone. But Record Keeper was one of the very first games I had on my phone. In terms of like smartphone, right? Like, yeah, I had an older, dumb cell phone, if you will. But Record Keeper, man, I put so much time into that game. It was really, really awesome turn-based. Hey, what's going on, Nugget? Yeah, Record Keeper was really fun. I don't even know if it's still around anymore. But you could collect all these different characters throughout the Final Fantasy universe. Put them in your party. It was a turn-based combat game. It was a lot of fun. All right, we're at our premium card here. Let's see what we got in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, nice. Luso. That card looks absolutely insane. So this is from Tactics Advance 2. Love the artwork on that one. Yeah, so Nugget, just so you know, so obviously we're opening up Final Fantasy Legacy Collection. This is like the greatest hits of the Final Fantasy stuff. But also, you can find loose packs at Best Buy now. I found these 2 packs at Best Buy. You can also buy Final Fantasy TCG packs from Best Buy's website. I'm literally giving them free advertisement right now. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it wouldn't be Friday without Final Fantasy. That's a good point. But yeah, get some Final Fantasy stuff. And again, it's crazy to think that you can get this stuff at Best Buy now. Another legend rarity. Very, very nice. We have Zemos. It's weird because it kind of looks like got eaten by a fish, or maybe they're using like a fish head for a cape. I don't know. But another legend rarity. We have Shinju in the regular form. We have the holographic as well. Marlene. Very, very cool artwork here. No, I mean, that would be sick, right? I don't know if they want to sponsor me, especially once they find out who I used to work for. But yeah, that'd be kind of crazy. Marlene, this is Barrett's daughter from Final Fantasy VII. We have the Goblin, which we saw earlier. We actually have the full art version of the Goblin right up top from the theatrical. And, ooh, I have an idea of what this one could be. Yep. So I'm going to call it. I'm going to call the shot here. This is the Moogle or the Mog from Final Fantasy XI. Pure guess just from this here where it says Final Fantasy XI and the background. I'd say I'm probably 95% certain that's what it is. I'm testing my knowledge here. We're digging deep into the archives. Let's see if I'm true or if I'm correct. Man, my brain is scrambled. In 3, 2, 1. Oh, nice. Let's go. That's insane. Like, that's, someone's got to give me some credit for that one. Literally just looked at the bottom of the card. I thought it was going to be the full art version because I have that in the collection, but damn, was that a good guess. That's so crazy. Literally just looking at a pixelated floor, and I'm like, yep, that's Moogle from Final Fantasy XI. Love it. Absolutely insane. All right. All right, I'm going to condense that pile up top here. Let me shuffle some of these cards and put them in the correct order. But yeah, the other thing that's cool about these packs, Nugget, is they're smaller. They're only 5-card packs. But if you kind of do a pack trick like the Japanese packs, most of the cards in the back are the Amano artwork. So we've had a lot of them already. But yeah, usually you don't do a pack trick with Final Fantasy packs, but it seems to work. So let's kind of condense this a little bit. And maybe we'll put full arts in one stack. We'll do the Legends in another stack. So yeah, so let's just do Legends here. Full arts over here. Let's do, it's an Amano, so I'm going to put it with all the other Amanos. Legend, full art, legend, full art, legend, full art. This can come down here. And then another legend. So, yeah, doing really, really well, obviously. And this is still our first booster box. So I have another one and the other 2 loose packs. So I'm going to do my best to stack these up. We'll just leave these stacked over here. You guys can still see that, right? If I put it over on that side and letting the stream catch up. Good old stream delay. Love it. Okay. You can still see these here, so we'll add to that pile. We'll just keep building the legends here. Yep. Some kind of a wizard. All right. Ooh, nice. More Amano artwork. We have Kane from Final Fantasy IV. Absolutely beautiful. We'll have to sleeve that up. Ixon from Mobius, but originally appeared in Final Fantasy. Well, I want to say one iteration appeared in Final Fantasy X. You can actually get this mount in Final Fantasy XIV, which is kind of crazy. Another rare. So we have Ico from Final Fantasy IX. Terra, okay, from Final Fantasy VI. This is the starter deck card. And, ooh, another starter deck card right behind it. I'm not going to take a guess on this one. Let's take a look and see what it is together. In 3, 2, 1. Ooh, nice. Good old Kate Sith. That's awesome. Good old Final Fantasy VII. I love it. That's absolutely amazing. What some... Oh, man, just... There's so many full arts in this set. All right. Well, we got 2 rares. The Amano artwork. Good thing I have a bunch of perfect fit sleeves. Can't be running out of perfect fit sleeves when we're pulling just so many amazing cards. All right. Just got this one and one more. Yeah, it's amazing, right? And again, it gives that sense of that old school artwork, and they keep it nice and simple. Ooh, but then again, then you have cards like this, right? Which again, it's a hero rarity, so it's a little bit on the higher end, but it's kind of off of a playing card. But yeah, just absolutely beautiful artwork. Hero rarity, haven't seen too many of those. Chocobo. So there is a full art version of this card. I would love to pull that sometime today. If not, I'm probably going to buy it. This artwork is awesome. So this is Renoa from Final Fantasy VIII. What's cool is you guys remember those transparent art museum cards that I got? This is the artwork that they used for that. Ooh, nice. Ron Pierre from Final Fantasy XI. And, all right, another premium card. It is a common. Let's see which one it is. Nice. Okay, that's sick. So we pulled this card earlier, but the non-full art version, and now we have the full art. Very, very nice. Again, Selfie, originally from Final Fantasy VIII. This is her Kingdom Hearts artwork, if you will. And just to go back, let's see, I think we pulled it. Yep, so there's the regular version in premium as well. So nice. Very, very nice. All right. Okay, 2 rares and a common. I feel like these piles are finally kind of balancing out a little bit. But yeah, again, it's been absolutely amazing. Oh, I guess I don't know how to count. So this pack and now one more. And then I'll let you guys decide if we open up the other 2 loose packs or we just go right into the booster box. More Amano artwork. Please keep it coming. That would be a god pack for this, right? Is to just pull all Amano artwork. That would be insane. We have March or Marche, however you want to pronounce it, from Tactics Advanced. Ooh, Tifa. Very, very nice. That's iconic artwork from Advent Children, Final Fantasy VII. The best Final Fantasy movie. There's one that no one speaks of, and then there's the Final Fantasy 15 movie that they made, which was called Kingsglaive. Amazing movie, but yeah, you're not gonna beat out Advent Children unless they do another Advent Children. That'd be kind of sick. All right, let's see what we got. Ooh, another. Right, kind of crazy. And again, there's that forbidden Final Fantasy movie that should have never been called Final Fantasy. It might have been successful if it wasn't, but yeah, we do our best not to speak of it. It was absolutely terrible. I still don't understand why they called it that, or who licensed it, or who paid to. I don't know. It seems like a mess all around. But anyway, we push on. All right, let's see what our premium card is in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, okay. A little bit different art style here. This is from Final Fantasy Type 0. Okay, nice. One of the many, many spin-offs in the Final Fantasy universe. Yeah, I would say that, but probably worse. So if you think of how bad the Borderlands movie was, I think the only thing that was interesting about the Borderlands movie was that there's a bunch of famous actors, right? The first Final Fantasy movie was all CGI, no name actors, it was rough. But yeah, kind of on that tier of that bad, but I still think the movie we don't speak of, if you will, is still worse than the Borderlands movie. All right, last pack from this booster box, starting off strong with Hein. Is a legend rarity from Final Fantasy XIV. Very, very nice. We have Arc from Final Fantasy 3. The Restrictor from Final Fantasy 7, Dirge of Cerberus. Right? It's kind of impressive, yeah. Ooh, Elvis. That looks so sick. Brave Exvius. All right. Ooh. Last pack, and we get a premium legend card. Please be a full art. Please be a full art. I'm not going to guess this one. I have some speculation, but we're about to find out. Anyway, in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, nice. Good old Shinryu. Absolutely beautiful card. This is from the City of Final Fantasy. Now, I do have the full art version of this. I think I pulled it from the original set. Yeah, it's from the 20th Final Fantasy set. So, something else to keep in mind, which is kind of crazy. They've been talking about, some of the sets that are coming out this year, right? I think there's one that drops in February or March. And then the set that comes in June or July timeframe will be the 29th. Is it 29th? It's either the 29th or the 30th Final Fantasy TCG set, which is absolutely insane, right? And again, I've talked about so much about like how underground this TCG is, and to think that they've put out that many sets so far. The cool thing about that set that drops in the summertime is the front runner of that set is Titus from Final Fantasy X, one of my favorite protagonists of all the Final Fantasies. But the other cool thing is the set that we get in either February or March is literally focused with Yuna. So we're having like a full Final Fantasy X year. Hopefully the next set after that maybe will feature Auron or Wakka. You never know. But yeah, the two big sets for this year, at least are dropping within the next, quarter 2, quarter 3, both feature iconic Final Fantasy X characters. All right. So question is, right, and back to you guys, do we go right into the booster box, or do you want to open up the other two loose packs from Best Buy? It's the exact same thing, right? Still 5-card packs, but they pretty much take these, put them on the shelves, which if I can go to Best Buy and they'll sell me this, I'll pay for it. I don't care, but it'd be cool to be like, hey, I got a booster box from Best Buy. That'd be insane. But yeah, let me know what you think. Either the loose packs or the booster box. I'm going to take a quick drink real quick, chat amongst yourselves, make a decision. I'll be right back. Open everything, mix it up. Well, and I'm fine with that too, right? The only reason why I mentioned it is because, like, I just want to see how our luck was from getting 2 random packs from Best Buy, which technically I got 4. I opened up 2 earlier. Want to see the loose ones first? All right. Anyone else, feel free to chime in. Otherwise, might flip a coin. Or, let's do this. Let's make this even more fun. Keep it in the idea of Final Fantasy. This is the 20-sided die that you can get from the Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering gift bundle. So, what we'll do is, if we roll a 10 or lower, we'll do the loose packs. If we roll 11 or higher, we do the booster box. If we hit the Moogle or the Magic's emblem will mix everything together. How's that sound, all right? So someone type that out. So 1 through 10 is the loose packs. 11 through 19. Yeah, 11 through 19 will be the booster box. If we hit Moogle or the magic symbol, we're mixing it all together. All right? So here we go. And try it. Let me move stuff out of the way before I damage a bunch of really nice cards. All right. Let's move these off to the side here. Let's move these over here. All right, here we go. Oh, that was a terrible roll. That doesn't count. Come on. All right. And no, I'm messing it up. All right. I'm trying to like contain this, right? So, all right, we rolled a 13. So, all right, let's make it fair, right? Because again, we had some botch rolls there. So 13, right? So we have one roll for booster box first. Ooh, magic symbol. So that's mix everything up. All right, one more. One more. A 7? Okay. All right, we got to have a breaker here. So we've really rolled one option for each, or one for each option. Last roll. And a 3. All right. So we're going to start with the loose packs first. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep rolling for forever. Wish I had more space, but yeah, a little bit of confined space there. Kind of a botch, but it's all right. So let's lay these back out again. Put the packs back down. Can I go? Oh, nice. I can fit them over here. Yeah, they still fit. All right. So this gives me more room to put stuff here. I'm going to try and 3-stack these. That works. All right, awesome. Just so we can try to fit as many hits as possible on screen. And then again, all the full arts we'll just leave stacked for right now. Okay, I'll keep that in mind for sure. Appreciate the feedback, suggestions. All right, so loose packs. Again, these came from Best Buy. Still kind of crazy to think that I'm able to pick up Final Fantasy stuff from Best Buy. It's literally something I'm giving myself credit. I've willed it into existence. I talked about it for forever, and it finally happened. Starting off with a legend rarity. Look at this. Little Leo here. Absolutely amazing. So this is from Crystal Chronicles. All right, we have Whis or Weiss from Final Fantasy VII Remake. We have Belias from Mobius. Ooh. Kusith from Final Fantasy 12. And, ooh, nice. Okay. So, it doesn't get any better than that, honestly. It's a legend rarity, if you can see it. And it's in a mono artwork. So, the question is, which awesome card are we going to get here? We're about to find out in 3, 2, 1. Oh my God. That is beautiful. So we get Locke from Final Fantasy VI. Simple and clean. Yes, Kingdom Hearts reference. But it speaks the truth. Like, it looks absolutely amazing. Absolutely stunning. Legend rarity. Full art. Premium. Doesn't get better than that. Unless we pull like a signature card, which I don't think there are any in this, the remake set. Or the reprint set, rather. But not bad. So again, that was a loose pack. So someone, whatever booster box that was, someone definitely missed out on that awesome hit. But we got a good hit on the other loose pack before. So here we go. Second loose pack. Oh, sorry. Got to keep all the... well, hold on. Let me look through this real quick. Nice little showcase of all the Amanos. No, we didn't get any full arts earlier. No, okay. We did pull some legends, which I put them in this pile anyway. You know, let's just keep them all together, right? All the Amanos stay together. They get their own pile. That's how prestigious they are. All right. Other loose pack here. And then we'll get to the last booster box. If you guys want to see more Final Fantasy openings, obviously make sure you hit that like button and consider subscribing if you haven't already. You guys knew the shameless plug was coming. But yeah, I definitely want to get some more, especially if they are going to be readily available and stocked through Best Buy. I'll do my best to promote it and hype it up because, again, I think it deserves it. All right. Amber from Brave Exvius, and our next card is going to be a premium common. Let's take a look and see which one it is in 3, 2, 1. Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, man. I saw the Chocobo. I thought it was the full art one. This is still a beautiful card, but I really, really want to pull the full art version. I'm trying to will it into existence. But yeah, love the artwork on this one. Very, very cool. This is from one of these special sets. Very, very nice. All right. So again, not bad, especially out of just 2 random packs. We got 2 premiums, one being a legend full art and one being a premium common. All right, here we go. Legacy collection. I'm pretty sure I have one of these sealed. If not, I'd need to order one and keep it sealed. You guys know how I am with, building up the sealed collection. All right. I'm also glad that this playlist I have hasn't been copyright struck because it's DMCA free, which I enjoy every bit of that, so I can actually have music for the stream. All right. Last 20 packs. Again, love the artwork here. Just very, very nice. Absolutely beautiful. All right. So I'm going to try and shuffle these the best I can without making a big mess. 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going here and here. And then we're going to go like that. Embrace the chaos, right? It's a motto to live by. All right, here we go. See what other full arts we can get. If we can get any other crazy high-end cards, I'm all for it. Hoping for some more Amano. I mean, obviously, we've got a pretty good stack so far. So I know there's definitely more to find. But let's see what we got. Okay. Starting off with another legend. All right. Very nice. We have Bosch from Final Fantasy 12. All right. Sarah from Final Fantasy Legends as a rare. Sid of the Clan Gully. Very nice. And he even says, yeah, it is pretty good. I would agree. All right. Alphino from Final Fantasy 14, one of the twins. It's Alphino and Alice. And, ooh, all right. Common premium from Final Fantasy Explorers. Let's see what it is. In 3, 2, 1. Ooh! Oh, man. That looks amazing. I forgot in Final Fantasy Explorers you can pull, or, sorry, you could obtain some of the characters from iconic Final Fantasy games. It wasn't just like random heroes that you could get. That looks awesome. We get Vaughn from Final Fantasy 12. Love how that card looks. Embrace the chaos, straightens the card paw. Yeah, I know. Some of the OCD kicks in. You can't help it. If I wasn't displaying everything, yes, I would go chaos mode and just mix the packs on the table. But with me displaying everything, I'm trying to keep it somewhat organized, I want to see if I can open up this way, right? Because, yeah. I've seen people open packs like that. I think that's so weird. You just open it like this, but you still have to pull from one side or the other. I think the way I've opened it, yeah, let's keep it civil. Yeah, correct. I think the way I open packs is probably the most efficient, and it doesn't absolutely destroy the packs or the cards inside. And another Amano artwork. Now, did we pull that one earlier? It's Sarah. I think we saw this one earlier. But again, look at this. All these Amano artworks, no duplicates, but yes. So we did get Sarah earlier. Again, I'm not going to complain. It's a beautiful card. And maybe if Mewtwo Dude shows up, we can talk about how I've got a bunch of Amano artworks off to the side for him. So, yeah, I'll just add it to his pile. All right. Let's keep rolling. So we have the Scale Toad from Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. Sangan. So we've seen a couple iterations of this. We did pull the full art. We have Louis Soir. Very, very iconic Final Fantasy 14 NPC. He literally saved the world from a calamity, which literally came at the end of Final Fantasy 14's 1.0 version of the game. But they tied it into the narrative, which was awesome. So he literally stopped Bahamut from destroying the entire world by teleporting everyone, and yes, every living being, to an alternate timeline where we currently live. Absolutely insane. All right, premium, common. Let's see which one it is in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, nice. Okay, wasn't expecting that. Pretty goofy looking card there, but very, very nice. This one's from the City of Final Fantasy. But yeah, good old Louis Swab. It's so funny because, you know, they talk about, you know, oh, the years of the calamity. Yeah, definitely derpy for sure. But yeah, Louis Swab has been mentioned, you know, since that took place, and he's definitely built into the lore of the game. And again, it's iconic. Like, it's not every day that someone literally saves the world from a calamity and allows everyone else to escape and kind of sacrifices themselves. So, shout out to Louis Swab. All right, so we have Meath, looking like some chibi kind of artwork there, but with a name like Meath, I don't know. Just seems like it's that kid that's trying to be super tough, but isn't strong or tough at all. Just kind of more of a persona thing, but very, very neat. All right. So we have Yuzuki. Saw her earlier. It's from Type 0. We get Yasale. She's from Final Fantasy 14. She actually becomes Shiva. A little bit of a spoiler alert. Nice. We get Vincent from Final Fantasy 7 in his chibi form. I'm not the biggest fan of this kind of artwork, but I know there's a following for it. All right. Next. Ooh. Okay. A mono artwork. Potentially another full... Oh. All right. This is why I just need to pull this, because again, 95% sure I know who this is. I'm going to say it is Titus from Final Fantasy X. Potentially the full art. I have this card in so many different versions, but hopefully it's what I'm thinking of. Let's take a look. Nice, there it is. Oh man, absolutely beautiful. You know, not only is Titus one of my favorite characters, but in a mono artwork, and it's a full art premium card. It's absolutely beautiful. I do have this card in Japanese. Yeah, absolutely beautiful for sure. I'm glad we pulled this. This was one of the cards I was really, really hoping to see, and yeah, we got it. So very, very nice. That's awesome. Such a beautiful card. Let's take a look at that again. I mean, just stunning. So this card was originally printed in the Japanese Final Fantasy sets when they were called chapters. Yeah, pretty awesome. And the cool thing about chapters, and you guys have seen me show them off before, completely different artwork on the back. Same kind of premium card quality, but very, very nice. And another mono artwork. And this recap is going to be insane for sure. And again, keep in mind, Sunday, there's going to be 2 bits of content that drop. There's going to be YouTube short showing off submission, or CGC submission number 53, which actually dropped off at work today because you can only do employee submission drop-offs on Fridays. So I dropped it off, but going to cliffhang you guys at least till Sunday. But that should be dropping around 11 a.m. EST. And then again, we'll get started with the regular stream around noon or 1 o'clock. So keep an eye out for that. Another legend, we have Rafia. She is from Final Fantasy III, the PSP version. All right. We have Shinju again from Brave Exvius. We have Ramza from Final Fantasy Tactics. Amber again from Brave Exvius. Ooh. And another hero as our premium hit. Very, very nice. All right, let's see which one it is. I'm going to leave it there, right? Because I know if I reveal it anymore, it will show me the illustrator. I don't want to spoil too much. But let's see what we got here in 3, 2, 1. Oh man, I'm glad I didn't spoil that one. Absolutely beautiful. Another Amano artwork. Non-full art, but it is a premium card. We have the Beastmaster from Final Fantasy V. And again, even just the premium cards, right? It is just it was a hero, so it's the second highest rarity. But again, just beautiful. Like, it's got that rainbowish, like, reflective background. Just absolutely beautiful. Don't mean to cover up Titus there, but I'm going to cover him up. Got to keep adding to the piles there. All right. yeah, I'm definitely going to be getting more of this for sure. All right, so here's Arc from Final Fantasy IX. We saw the full art earlier. Hero rarity. We get Arcea from Type 0. Ooh. We get the Zoo again. Made another appearance. We get Ran Pierre. Let's see. Trying to keep these in order. All right, this from Final Fantasy 11, and ooh, maybe another. Yeah, I think we got a duplicate, but it's okay. If this is a card I think of, it's a nice duplicate, so I don't mind. All right, let's take a look. Ooh, okay, so I mean technically it's a duplicate, but it's not the full art version; it's the regular premium version. So that's kind of nice. You know, that's what I don't mind, right? Like, if there's cards that have full arts, it's nice to pull. So think of it this way. There's at least three versions of this card. There's the non-premium, which just regular text, non-holo. There's the premium, which we have here. And then, if you go into this pile, you will see the full art version of that card. So I'm not saying every single card in this set has that same dynamic, but there are some that do. So if you think about like master set purposes or trying to collect all of them, wow. Yeah, that would... that's why they do mention there's like 400 premium cards to get. Yeah, master set would be insane. All right. Let's see, flip over. Ooh, Lightning from Final Fantasy 13. This is her outfit from Lightning Returns, which is technically Final Fantasy 13-3. This is where she goes solo. Takes place after the events of 13-2, obviously. You know, a lot of people didn't like Final Fantasy 13 initially, but it's definitely become a cult classic. It's a great game. If you can make it through all three parts, the storyline is well worth it. I think there's great character development. They really do put time into really building on characters and learning about their backgrounds. And yeah, they're just really, really good plot lines. All right. Let's see what we got. So that's a hero rarity. All right, so we have Garnet. That's actually an image from Final Fantasy IX. Common. We have Vesvia from Brave Exvius, another rare. Oop, don't want to double pull. Hold on. Hold your horses. All right, we have Kusith. We saw this earlier. From Final Fantasy 12. All right. Ooh. Okay. We have a hero rarity as our premium card. Let's take a look and see what we got. In 3, 2, 1. Ooh, nice. Okay. So I really, really like this one. So it is Lightning again. But can someone call out what outfit she's wearing? Because it's not from Lightning Returns. Right? Speaking of. So, she is actually wearing and rocking Yuna's outfit from Final Fantasy X with her staff. I don't know why they did this. Lightning does a couple different outfits like this, but very, very awesome throwback to another amazing female protagonist. So, I always like seeing this artwork. They've done it a couple different times. But again, they'll have Lightning do a couple different outfits from other female Final Fantasy characters. All right. Let's flip over. Oh, nice. Okay, so there we go. So we get the non-premium, non-full art version of Titus as well. Absolutely amazing. All right, so we have Porum from Pictologica, originally from Final Fantasy IV. We have Verena from Final Fantasy XI. Oop, I don't want to double pull. Stop doing that. All right. I'll just keep doing it this way. I put the cards down, so there we go. All right. Ooh, nice. We got the Chocomog. Very, very cool. So this is actually a summon. And yes, you would summon them together, right? You summon, literally is a Moogle or a Mog on the back of the Chocobo. Nice little, it's almost like Kate Sith, if you will, like a little dynamic duo kind of action. But let's see, there is a premium card behind this, and let's see which one it is in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, nice. Okay, that's awesome. And again, continuing through, so, oh no, okay. So originally, I thought that was going to be another mono artwork because it kind of looks like it, but this is not. This is just another iteration of Sid. Beautiful full art, though, from Final Fantasy IV. Very, very nice. And again, they keep it simple, right? It's just the character, some text, and that really cool hollow background there. Like, how do people not like this TCG? Again, it's literally the underground of underground when it comes to trading card games. I mean, I bet the Digimon TCG has a better following, which is, hey, nothing against Digimon. There's some awesome Digimon out there. Yuna from Final Fantasy X. But yeah, I feel like there's way other, like, more niche trading card games that get more attention than Final Fantasy, which is a massive franchise going on 30 plus years. This is a legend rarity, by the way, not to steal your thunder, Yuna, sorry. There's Vaughn. So you guys saw the full art version of Vaughn. That's what it looks like in just the regular form. We have Rem from Type 0. Ooh, another selfie. So that's cool. So we pulled the premium, the non-premium, and then the full art version of selfie. All right. So we got, ooh, okay, premium. See which one it is. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, Belias. Okay. A lot going on in this card. Kind of, the hollow doesn't stick through too much, right? It kind of reminds me of one of the old, the Team Rocket cards where they're so zoomed in on the card, you don't get much hollow. It's kind of the same thing here, but this is just a giant creature, so. All right. Let me sleeve this up. But again, another premium card. I'll gladly take it. Let me sleeve up Yuna. I think there's a version of this card which has the full art signature, which would be nice. I don't have any of the signature cards, which is kind of unfortunate for how much I've ripped Final Fantasy and all the different sets I've gone through. I've never been lucky enough to pull any of these signature cards from those sets. But I don't know. I would like to pull it instead of trying to buy it, right? Especially because they are very expensive. But it would be nice, especially with the luck that I have. It would be cool to pull at least one signature sometime on a Final Fantasy Friday. All right, so we have, let's see if I can pronounce this one. So sorry, random moth flying around. Amaterasu? Yeah, we'll go with that, sure. If you just say it fast enough, the name makes sense. Amaterasu. This is from Final Fantasy Explorers. Oriange, we saw this one earlier. He's from Final Fantasy XIV, but this is the starter deck card. We have Lexa from, let's see, from Brave Exvius. Nope, don't double pull. Stop doing that. Oh, nice. So, kind of interesting. So this is Lumina, or Lumina. This is actually Lightning's sister, named Sarah. So I'm not going to spoil it. I know Final Fantasy 13 is pretty old at this point, but if you don't know why her name is Lumina here and not Sarah, well, I'll let you dig into that. But yeah, very, very cool. That is Lightning's sister as a rare. And here is our premium. Let's take a look and see which one it is in 3, 2, 1. Oh, nice. Okay. We literally just saw this, but we have the Chocomog now in the premium version. I'm going to guess there's a full art of this, which, I mean, that would be pretty sick as well. But yeah, very, very nice. And again, a lot of these, they just take the awesome artwork, they put some holo foil on it, makes the card pop even more. All right. How far are we into the stream? I can't really see because my phone's blocking the time. Looked like 90 minutes or so. Sounds about right. Nice. So there's regular Mist Dragon. We were talking about this earlier. Hero rarity. Haven't pulled too many heroes, which again, I mean, it is a higher rarity, but I think we've pulled more. I don't know, maybe the Legends and the hero pile is almost equal at this point. All right, so we have Gawain from Final Fantasy Legends. Ooh, Reeve. Very, very cool. Get out of here. See, there's that bug I was talking about. Get out of here. It's because of the lamps I have in here, of course. All right, so he's from Dirge Cerberus, Final Fantasy VII spin-off game. We saw Luso earlier. And, ooh, let's see what our premium card is in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, okay, nice. We have Aiko. Very, very cool from Final Fantasy IX. Again, it's like her chibi style artwork. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but again, I understand that there's an appeal for it. Get out of here. I'm going to spend like the rest of the stream trying to swat this bug. All right, not bad. All right, let's get this out of the way. All right, and, ooh, very, very nice. Madame Edel from Final Fantasy IX. This is her Brave Exvius artwork. Another hero rarity, very nice. Okay, so we have the Impure. I'm not even going to try and say its first name. That's super creepy, though, if you look at that for a second. That's definitely some nightmare fuel. We're going to keep rolling. We have Steiner from Final Fantasy IX. Aldo from Final Fantasy XI. And let's see what our premium is going to be. I'm just going to go right into ripping this one. Nope, don't like that. Yeah, I agree. All right, let's see what we got. Not even going to peek on this one. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, the Scale Toad. All right, nice. It's a rare premium. Very, very nice. Gives me like some Hypno Toad vibes from Futurama. All right. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. Feel like I was losing my voice for a little bit. Ooh, more Amano artwork. Very, very nice. But kind of glad I haven't because, yeah, this has been really, really fun. It's been very exciting. A lot of awesome cards. It's a great set. All right. Chocobo. Renoa. Ooh, Irwin. That looks sick. Another character from Brave Exvius. So we got a rare and then the common. All right, same thing. We're not going to peek. We're just going to keep pulling. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, very, very nice. Okay. Premium card. This is a premium legend. Very, very nice. You know, and that's a cool thing, right? You can still pull like premium legend non-full arts. Man, what a mouthful. But absolutely beautiful. You can kind of tell it's a holo. It's a little bit tougher, especially with that dark blue kind of purplish backdrop. But this character is from Brave Exvius, one of the, I guess you can call it an expansion, or maybe like some DLC content, if you will, for Brave Exvius. But yeah, very, very nice. All right. So add that to the pile. We did sleeve. Okay. Let me see something real quick just to see. I'm just seeing if we put any legends in this pile just to make sure. I still can't believe I called that Moogle, by the way. Someone clipped that. It's hilarious. Okay. Nope. All legends are accounted for. All right. Ooh, Ash. I have this card in full art. I don't remember if it was from this set or from its original set, but from Final Fantasy XII. Another hero. We get Stiltskin from Crystal Chronicles. We get good old Meryl. Or I'm going to call her Merle or Meryl. Yeah, she's got some... First part of the name makes sense, and then you get a Y, a W, or WYB. She's from Final Fantasy XIV. She's one of the... not presidents, not a general. She's kind of the... I guess she's the leader of one of the city-states. I guess that's a dumbed-down way to explain it. Ooh, Aerith. Final Fantasy VII. This is the artwork from Remake. All right. All right, here is... Yep. This is our premium. Kind of threw me off because just looking at that doesn't look like it's very hollow, but let's take a look and see which one it is. Ooh, okay, nice. So that makes sense because, again, it takes up a lot of the desk there. This one's from Crystal Chronicles as well. This card's from the starter deck. It's cool that we've had some of the starter deck cards mixed in. But yeah, that was definitely tough to see. Like, there's almost no hollow in the bottom half of this card. So it's just all, you know, from the label up, or from the text box up, if you will. Not bad. All right, let's get something crazy. Let's pull one more big hit. I mean, there's 27 legend cards. I know we definitely haven't pulled 27 in total. But, again, I've opened this set a couple times. I'm interested in opening up again if you guys want to see more. So definitely let me know whether you're watching the stream or you're watching after the fact. Beatrix. Very, very beautiful card from Final Fantasy IX. Another hero rarity. We get Saws. I like this screenshot because, number one, it's from the game. But two, it's literally like the Chocobo chick that lives in his hair. It's just kind of photo bombing the picture there. Kate Sith again from the start deck. All right, we have Lena. And then we're going to go right into the big hit here. Ooh, nice. Okay, that's definitely a nice one for sure. I don't know if the full art is in this set, but we get Tifa. This one is from Final Fantasy VII Remake. If you guys saw recently, I have the original style artwork of this card, right, where it's literally the screen grab from the original Final Fantasy VII. Same pose, if you will, same background, same environment. But yeah, hero rarity, beautiful art, beautiful premium art. My goodness. Yeah, brain's starting to go to mush here. We're almost 40 packs deep into this opening. It's been a lot of fun. Love opening up Final Fantasy. And again, you know, if it's going to be more readily available, that means we'll have more consistent Final Fantasy Fridays, which that's exactly what I want. And more of this. So we have the Atmos, which is, number one, a mono artwork, so it's beautiful. It's also creepy because it's a giant monster that opens its mouth and there's a portal in its mouth. So I don't know if I would be tempted to walk through that, because you never know how that's going to play out. It's almost like a black hole kind of vibe where, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. But anyway, that's Atmos. And then we have the Puma from Final Fantasy 13-2. And then another card from Final Fantasy 13 right behind it. We have the Hectonshire. Oh my god. Hectonshire. I'm probably butchering that one, but so every summon in Final Fantasy 13 is a vehicle of some sort. And what's cool about Vanille's, so not only is it a vehicle, but she can transform it into a giant weapon mount. So it's like a giant Gatling gun, which is absolutely insane. It does a lot of damage. Pretty cool animation. But yeah, all the summons or primals in Final Fantasy 13 are a vehicle in some form or fashion. Ingus from Final Fantasy 3. All right, we're going right into the big hit again. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, nice. Okay, still getting some full art. So this is Nero from Remake. So if you thought Whis was bad, Nero is even worse and even creepier. Yeah, very, very weird character. Obviously, as you can tell, right, they got him in a bit of a straitjacket with some kind of weird arms and robotic attachments. And it's cool because this card actually goes and works with Whis. So it says here, when Nero enters the field, you may search for one card named Whis and add it to your hand. When a card named Whis enters the field, your opponent discards one card. I bet that's pretty playable. Again, Tetsuya Nomura artwork there. Another full art. Even though it's a common, so a beautiful full art. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so I normally don't do this. We're going to do a mega pack to end this off. Normally, I would kind of just go through these and slow roll them, but I want to mega pack this. We're going to leave it in the same order it comes out of the pack. So let's just set them down right here. This one, shout out to Max Mofo. I know you'll never see this at all, but you know, I watched a lot of your content for years, and I feel like part of this is what Max would do. Like, he'd either get bored or try and keep it a little interesting, and he would grab 5, 10, 15 Pokemon packs and just do these mega pack rips. So let's just do 4, right? We'll end the very last pack traditionally, but here we go. 20 card mega pack here. Good old Max Mofo. Shout out to the massive legend. Hope you're doing well wherever you are. Ooh, nice. Xenos. Very, very good start. You guys saw I had a bunch of these cards from earlier. Ooh, Kadaj. So I'll organize these after. Let's just go through these here. Ooh, non-mono, but kind of looks like it. Cloud, nice. Very, very nice. That's a premium. Yep, that's our premium. Okay. We have 9. Cloud again, non-premium. The Goblin. Ooh. I'm not going to say the name because YouTube will be dumb about it, but it's literally the name of a creature. Hopefully you can read. Ooh, Gawain or Gawain. Celeste. Absolutely beautiful. Lunith again. Nero, regular version of the card. Sid, regular version. Ooh, nice. Jesse, full art. Very, very nice. That's from Final Fantasy VII Remake. Very, very beautiful card. Glad to see we're still getting some big hits here. Leo. Lady of Antiquity. The Flan. Kolka from Crystal Chronicles. Let's see. Is that... Yep. So, let's go and pull the card off the very back. Nice. Very, very nice. We got another Legend Renoa from Amano. All right. Let's see what our last premium hit for the Mega Pack is. We did pretty good. We'll recap this in a second. Let's see what we got. Nice. All right. So we get Mina. All right. Let's go through this quickly. And then we will go through the very last pack. Yeah, I think that was kind of fun. Shakes it up a little bit. Adds a little bit of that randomness to it. Got that Cloud. Glad we got it in both. Another Legend. Glad we got it in both the regular and the premium version. I'm going to put this off to the side. Because, again, I have the full art version of that, but now I have that version. These are all commons. Almost balance itself out. All right, so we have commons. Picked up a couple more legends here. So let's go here. Let's sleeve these real quick. Come on. A little razzle dazzle. Yeah, for sure. Got to keep it exciting, right? Especially when we're over 100 minutes into the stream. I know people are tired. It's getting into the weekend. I'm a bit tired. It took forever to get home today. Even during lunch, like I was on a conference call, so I didn't really even get to... It was part of my Navy work stuff, so... But, yeah. It is what it is. It's kind of nature of the beast, right? Especially when you take on more responsibility. It's what happens sometimes. You gotta make those little sacrifices. But, all right, so let me get some more sleeves. There we go. Jesse, full art. Gawain, sorry. And then Cloud. Very, very nice. I'm gonna add that to the Cloud pile for all the ones I want to get graded. You guys know I grade a bunch of Cloud and Sephiroth cards. Kind of rebuilding that pile, right? Because I keep pulling more and more Cloud and Sephiroth cards, or I find them here and there. But absolutely beautiful, not bad. Very, very good Mega Pack. I will gladly take it. All right, so here we go. Last pack. I'm going to set this... Oh, yeah, I'll set this off to the side just so I can add it to the other pile. All right, here we go. Last pack of the stream. Thank you all for all those that came through. I'm going to do my shout-outs now. I normally save it to the very, very end, but let's see. I know it's a small list, but Nugget, thank you for coming by. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. Lario, like always, brother, thanks for coming by. If you get into the Final Fantasy TCG, let me know, man. I'm interested to see what you get. Jay, thanks for coming by. Always appreciate you. And that's it. Very, very short crew tonight. But again, it's all the regulars. You know what I mean? I'll take it. Get out of here, dumb little bug. But yeah, always appreciate when the regulars come through and show some support. All right, let's see what we got. Last pack magic. Let's see if we can pull something crazy. All right. I think the music actually just ended. Let's cliffhang that for a second. Oh, forgot to sleeve this up. All right. Reset the music really quick. All right. Let's see what we get here. I think I already moved the card to the front. Ooh, very, very nice. Firion from Final Fantasy II. Absolutely beautiful artwork. Again, this artwork is featured in the Magic the Gathering Through the Ages subset. They literally just took it from this, and they're like, hey, we'll put in our game. And it is another legend, so very, very nice. Sleeve that up. Look at how perfectly that worked, huh? Look at that. Another legend. Look at that. Man, absolutely insane. All right, so we have Krill, Final Fantasy V. We get Merald. Get out of here, dumb little bug. Cyan from Final Fantasy VI. Oh, all right. Last, but definitely not least, we are going to end off with another premium legend. Come on. Let's see. Small but mighty for sure. I agree. All right. Let's see what we got to end off with. It is awesome that we're going to end with a legend rarity. Again, that is the top rarity for the Final Fantasy TCG. But again, what a way to end off. Hopefully it's something new. If not, hey, I'll take it. It's still a legend rarity. All right. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, okay, nice. Okay. So we get the full art version of this one. So as you saw before, we pulled the regular version of this, which is right there on the table, but ended off with the full art version. I'm not going to complain about that. That is absolutely amazing. Definitely a pretty card for sure. All right. So let's take a look. Let's look at all of our regular full arts here. Again, all different rarities, but again, some absolutely beautiful cards here. There was a legend rarity there. All right. So we're going to count and see how many legends that we got. So these should be all the legends. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16 legends. That's not bad, especially out of, let's look at the box again. Out of 27, that's not bad. And again, I've opened the set before, and I know I've pulled other cards from that. So not bad at all. All right, so there's all of the legends. We showed off the full arts. And let's just look through the premiums, and then we'll look at the Amano artworks. And again, even out of the premiums, right? Like, I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but it doesn't look like there's many duplicates, if any. You know what I mean? So that's the other thing I like about Final Fantasy. Like, you don't really, I mean, yes, you get bulk, right? Obviously, as you rip stuff up. But in terms of like the premium cards, like this is what you would want, right? You want to pull a lot of nice and new stuff and different stuff. But even in the hero rarities, right? Like little to no duplicates. Again, if other TCGs would kind of do the same thing, it would make things a little more exciting. All right. Last but not least, look at all these beautiful mono artworks. Again, Mewtwo Dude, if you end up catching the stream or you're watching this after the fact, again, reach out. I've got a bunch of stuff waiting for you. Probably some duplicates in this pile as well. Obviously, of course, the absolutely beautiful Titus card. And we got the full art premium and the regular version. Just all these absolutely beautiful full arts. Or not full arts, sorry, Amano artworks. Not bad. Again, very little duplicates here as well. But that is going to do it for today's Final Fantasy Friday. It's kind of crazy to think this is the 20th Final Fantasy Friday we've done. I wish we could have kept up and did one every single Friday because we'd be way past 20 at this point. But again, well, at least up to this point, it was harder to find Final Fantasy stuff. That might change now. That Best Buy is they work some kind of deal with Final Fantasy and Square Enix. So shout out to Square Enix. Again, sponsor me. I'll do the content. I don't care. But all right, that's going to do it for today's stream. Again, thank you all for coming through. Again, keep in mind, Sunday, you're going to get the YouTube short that drops, and then we're going to do the regular stream. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, I'm going to sort through all this stuff, get all this cleaned up, set my laptop back up on this very desk. so I can get some gaming on. But that's going to do it for me. I'm WakoBako. Take it easy. Enjoy your weekend, everybody.